Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Techmas. Y'all, we're at day 10 and it's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas 2017 to everybody in the world. It's been such a special day. Got to spend time with my niece on her very first Christmas, and going over to see some of my husband's family in just a few minutes. So what a full and blessed day. The reason I'm showing you a picture of myself is because I can't show you my face and my screen at the same time. So anyway, this is me. I'm Susie, and I'm the girl talking to you. So let's first of all celebrate with a little Christmas idea, which I try to do every day during Techmas. And I want to share with you another recipe. This is courtesy of my friend Casey Barth, who is an English teacher in Cherokee County. And I made her hash brown casserole. I have actually adapted it for the crock pot. So if you're like me and anything you can cook overnight in a crock pot just makes you happy, then do the same recipe. So stick of butter. There is actually a soup called chicken and mushroom. Did not know that. So the first couple times I made this recipe, I'm like, what? But anyway, you can do a can of that, and you can get it at Kroger, or you can just do half a can of each, or a whole can if you're feeling froggy. Okay, sour cream, you need cheese. I'd use the whole 3 cups. Yes, I was a bad girl. And then shredded hash browns. I got the Aldi brand, which are pretty big size. And so I think they're comparable to where she says Ore-Ida right here. So I just mixed all this stuff up, put it in the crock pot, let it cook overnight. Y'all, it was so good. Or you can make it at 400 degrees for 45 minutes, whatever you decide to do. But basically just stir everything together, pack it down in the crock pot that's of course been sprayed, and you're good to go. And my family has a tradition. My immediate family gets together either for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day breakfast. So that way we can all disperse and go wherever we need to go later in the day. So we always get together, and it was a really nice time. Lots of handmade presents. I can't wait to share what my brother made for me as soon as I get it figured out. He is a programmer, and so he actually programmed me a game. And I'm really excited to see, and I'll share with you the results maybe tomorrow if I get it figured out. But anyway, that's our Christmas element for Techmas. But I want to get into quick parts with you guys, and I'm so excited. I say so excited every day, but I really am a happy person, so I do get excited. But I want you to think about maybe text that you write a lot. You write the same exact thing. Like, for example, I'm a technology trainer, and so a lot of times people ask me a question, and for them it's the first time asking it, but for me it's the millionth time answering it. So I have standard replies that I can send back to people, and they're called quick parts. Okay, so let me just show you a couple of those. For example, we are in a district that uses the Canvas LMS. So I have one that says, hey, I don't know the answer to that question, but you can report back to me in the Canvas chat. Now, how these work is that you have a trigger word. So when I type Canvas, that's not enough because I have several quick parts that start with Canvas. But as soon as I start to type the letter C, because that's Canvas chat, I can hit enter just like it says there, and I can insert this auto message. So if I'm replying to somebody, I just give them that message with one click, okay? Let me show you how I set that up. So let's just say there's something I need to write a lot. Say something like, thank you so much for your email. I am out of the office today, but if you will email my friend, yada yada is what I'm going to call the person, you should get a response today. Sorry for the inconvenience. Inconvenience, if I could spell. Okay, so let's just say that's the message I want to send. That's not really what I would send anybody, but just, trying to think of something. What you do is you highlight over it. So the first time you type it, you need to highlight over it and go up to this little box that looks like quick parts. I mean, it looks like a little baby newsletter. And if you're not seeing that button, you need to make sure your email, I'm in Outlook right now. I meant to say that I use Outlook email. And so the trick I'm showing you are for Office products. I'm sure there's a solution in other email or, productivity suites, but I'm showing you for Office. So I'm in Outlook 2016, but this has worked for several years. You don't just have to have the 2016 version, okay? So, but you have to make sure that you're in full screen email. So if you're in like the preview, just double click to make it big like I'm doing, okay? So I'm on the insert menu. I've typed my message and I go to quick parts. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say save selection to quick part gallery. It's going to ask you a name. That's going to be your trigger word, okay? So if you know that this is something you're going to send when you're out of the office, I might say out of office, okay? I will have to start typing all of that for it to recognize. I don't want it to make it just one word because then every time I type out, it wants to put this in there for me, okay? So I type out of office, I can describe it or whatever I need to. If you even wanted it to be formatted in a certain way in its own paragraph on its own page, you can do that. But I'm going to just leave it how it is, okay? And then I'm going to say, okay. And now, if I opened up a new email file, don't have it here, and I don't want to show y'all my emails, okay? But let me just erase that. If I were in a new email and I started to type out of, as soon as it knows what I'm typing, and sometimes I type too fast and it gets ahead of me. There we go. When I hit enter, look, there's my message, okay? So cool. Okay, here's an even better one. I don't know about you, but I have a recipe book, and I never remember to bring that with me to the grocery store, and I'm a bad girl. I shop probably every day. If we're going to cook that day, I'm shopping that day because I just don't know. We don't have kids. So I'm like, hey, Dusty, what do you want for dinner tonight? And I will come up with a recipe then. But it's better for me if I have a shopping list that is organized and I can cross things off. I really still enjoy a shopping list, okay? So let me teach you something so amazing. Let's say you wanted to make that hash brown casserole. I'm going to go back to that as an example, okay? And I'm going to copy. I need to open it, I think, before I can copy anything. So give me just a minute. I'm a Microsoft girl, but I still have a lot of stuff at home stored in Google. So that's what you're seeing here, okay? So I'm going to copy that whole recipe. You don't even have to type it, but you're just going to copy, okay? And I only just want up to right there because I don't want notes. I just want my list, okay? And I am going to go to Word, and I'm going to paste that text. Now, this is very similar to what we just did in Outlook, but we're using it for a recipe. So I'm going to highlight just the ingredients. I don't really even need the, you know what, I'll get the title too, okay? And I'm going to go up to the thing that looks like Quick Parts. I'm on the Insert menu again. Now, this time it's a little bit collapsed because Word has more options, but it still looks like the little newsletter. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go down to Save Selection to Quick Part Gallery, okay? Again, I'm going to give it a name. I like that all is one word, so I'm going to say hash brown, okay? And Insert Content Only, and okay. So now if I erase that, let's say I want to make a shopping list and I know that I need hash brown casserole. I just start to type hash brown, and let me get out of the, let me hit down here a little bit. I think it's remembering my formatting. Y'all, it don't like me. It don't like me. Let's fix it. Hold on. We're going to make it work. Okay. Auto text. Yeah, I think you have to actually come up here and click. The directions are slightly different than Outlook. I'll keep playing with it. If I find an easier way, I will. But if you want that recipe and you just want to add it to your shopping list, you just come up here, tap this, and find your item. If I want Greek chicken bowls, I've got that recipe too because I had started doing this earlier and obviously didn't get very far. But here I am with one click. I got everything I wanted on my shopping list, okay? I feel like if I spent even more time, I could organize this into like dairy products or canned goods or meats or vegetables or whatever. So I'll keep playing with that, and I would be happy to share if I make a little video of how to do that. But isn't that so cool? If you're like me and you've been using Word or Outlook for years and you never knew Quick Parts were there, thank you, Susan Dreschel, for mentioning them. And then my brain took it a different direction. So if you need recipes or you need frequently responded ideas for people in email, then that is the trick. Hope you guys have a great Christmas, and I will be back tomorrow for day 11 where I'm sharing my favorite IFTTT, if this, then that recipes. Take care, guys.